Test.
How are you doing today? I am Cinnamon Cooney, your Art Sherpa. I hope I'm your Art Sherpa. If you're brand new here, I intend to be your Art Sherpa. Welcome to the Big Art Quest. On the mic today is John.
Hi, guys.
John follows me around with many of our cameras to make sure that you can see how I'm mixing paint on the palette or see really up close on the canvas or look right into my eyes when I'm explaining the things to you. And today I'm going to explain some cool things to you because I'm going to just unravel the 4 steps to unlocking underwater painting. And there's only 4, so it's like really good. Probably there's actually more, but I'm saying they're under basically 4 categories. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
I look over at John. Whenever you see me go like this, John's actually over there, and that's what's happening. But I know where the iCard is, and John's over there.
I'm the other way from the iCard.
John is the other way from the iCard. It's just the funniness of live. If you're here on the replay, we do these lives. You can join us generally Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, though I think we're coming up on a vacation here.
Yeah, we are.
A vacation that probably won't actually be a vacation.
We're bringing our equipment with us.
But may make for an irregular uploading schedule. Don't really know what's coming in the next few weeks. But here's what I'm trying to get ready. I have a lot of water projects.
Yeah.
I have a lot of water projects. I'm going to break it up with some florals and the Scream, but I got a lot of water projects coming. And I really want to show some different cool kinds of landscapes and undersea scapes that we can do, and the way you can play with the water line and what's above the water and below the water, and just the simple undersea scapes you can do. I've got a really simple undersea scape coming up, so just trying to unlock that for you. 4 steps. First step, number 1, is you have to determine the color of the water. Number 2 is you have to decide how clear or murky the water is. Number 3 is you must be the brush. Yes, going totally Karate Kid on this. Underwater is all about your connection to the brush. And then number 4, I like to call it the Lawson or Wyland. It's put your pop up front. I learned that from them, observing their paintings. And actually, Lawson did like a whole DVD set. He did on how to do his paintings, which, dude, I'm so glad. To be an experienced painter, I would have been like kind of confused. But
well, I'm gonna say hi to everybody out here real quick.
Hi.
There seems to be a little bit of problem with the chat today. So if you're having some problems, you can try refreshing. But it's not you.
It's not you.
Everybody is having some problems with chat, and there seems to be. It
might be the YouTube, or
We're gonna blame it on the intertubes.
Intertubes.
The general intertubes are having trouble today. So.
Yeah.
Refresh, but we're still
refresh. Alternate ways to get stuff into chat. I've been thinking about this. There is on Facebook. Sometimes the Sherpettes and the moderators are very active there, and so you can like throw things up there, and they're so on top of it, they'll catch it.
Yeah.
And then also, if I miss something, you can always write me later, and I will try to get to that. So because I am interested, or in the comments below, even after a video. Like if something was really like, man, I have to know this. In the comments. I can't answer the secret of life in a comment. Been asked, can't answer it.
Okay, I need to know something. What is this?
This is Kevin the Kraken.
Kevin the Kraken's on your head.
Kevin the Kraken. Kevin the Kraken may come out anytime I Kraken up. I so enjoyed our Kraken journey. So much. Kevin the Kraken may come back in other forms. I don't know. Really had a lot of fun with the Kraken. Fun. And I have loved the fan art I've been seeing of Kevin the Kraken. Did you know there was fan art of Kevin?
I saw some. I thought that was so great.
If you're brand new here, we do teach art. We teach it really well.
Sometimes.
We do, every time. So.
Yep, we do.
But we also goof around.
Yeah.
If you have to have like just the facts man, I'm going to actually recommend Stephen Bauman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole
brilliant YouTube art. Actually, he's a fantastic plain art painter. He has this amazing lecture series on YouTube, but it is just the facts. You got no silly. And honestly, I think he might be able to wrestle a mountain lion to death. You got to check it out. See, you'll catch it. You'll get that
Forearms of
vibe.
solid steel.
You do. You get. He's got the leather vest, and he's got kind of the Grizzly Adams thing going, and he paints in places I think something is going to eat him. Much like Rick.
We're doing underwater.
Underwater. Okay.
Underwater.
Super artist besides. All right. So here we are on our canvas, and we're going to. First one is water. You have to determine the color of your water. So can we pop up our first picture?
Okay. I can maybe pop it up. Okay.
Pop it up.
I wasn't sure that we were going to do that kind of popping, so hold on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't painting that naked guy.
He's
not naked. I'm
not
just
naked.
kidding. Well, no, I see shorts. It's cool. All right, so here's the deal. Water comes in a variety of colors. Cooler water tends to be darker. Warmer water tends to be lighter. The closer you are to the surface, the lighter it is. It comes in greens. It comes in these fabulous aquas. Where did that go?
There?
Right. So when you're looking at this picture,
Okay.
I want you to notice the color of the water. If you guys happen to have some Southern Ocean blue and Australian sienna, you're going, oh, man, that's my jam right there, right? You can do this with phthalo and the cads and different yellows, right?
Yeah.
But it's an aqua, isn't it? Now, everything in that scene has some kind of tone of aqua in it. And the further away it is, the more of the watercolor it has. Right? If you think of it like when you wear sunglasses and they have like colored lenses and then everything is like pink.
Yeah.
And color, rose-colored glasses. You've heard this. Does anyone still hear this?
I'm laughing.
Is this a really old saying? I don't know, but it's the rose-colored glasses. There's the watercolored glasses, and you're looking everything through watercolored glasses. So the water always has kind of a color.
Yeah.
You as an artist get to pick that because it's your world and you're creating it. And so when you're looking at a picture, you're realizing things that are further away are going to be, more of that color and deeper and more of it. That's just a simple perspective thing of looking through the watercolor glasses. Do we have another water picture?
I think I
I'm
do.
a sippy while I do.
This one?
Ooh, look at this watercolor. This watercolor is a little different, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It has a bit of a green cast to it. Now, the green is coming from a couple of things, and then it's got a strong aqua, right? And can you see how the further fish are more the watercolor?
Yeah.
As they're getting further away, they're more just the color of the water.
Well, everything just sort of turns the color of the water.
Everything just turns the color of the water. This is really... this is the first thing about making your water effects work. Is learning.
We both pause. Was there laughter after the scream?
Yeah. So that's something to look about. The other thing I want you to notice about the water is the surface and the floor.
The surface and floor.
So
Okay,
in the
let's go look.
surface, right, look at how you're seeing the floor reflected on the surface. Is anyone else catching that that's what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
When you have really shallow depth kind of reefs and stuff like that, a lot of times what you're going to see is the floor reflected on the surface. And then those waves, it's like a reverse image of what's happening on top of the water. It's crazy. It's water inception, but that's what's going on. That's what you're looking for. Also, in water, if something is red, right, or in the red range or orange range, as it gets further away, or it gets very affected by the blue, it almost gets canceled out by the blue, but things that are like yellow just tend to go green.
Gotcha.
So you're kind of working that color theory out.
So now, these are clearly Swedish fish.
Totally.
Because they're blue and yellow.
Right? Right. Now, in truth, that reef is probably actually pretty green, but we do know there are colorful reefs. However, if you wanted to do a Lawson style picture, all you would do is put a bunch of really colorful reef right up front. And then you'd be like, Lawson. All right. I'm not trying to undermine that guy's art practice. I'm just saying it's how it's done, son. All right. The other thing is I want you to think about, so when things are far away in the water, you're going to do a lot of dry brushing. They're going to be blurry, right? And then when they're up close, they're going to be wet. But the next question you have to ask yourself is, how murky is my water?
How murky is your water?
I think the next picture has some murkier water. Yeah. A little bit murkier, right? But basically, and I was looking for some really murky swamp water. Some swampy water, right? And we can try to show that one because that shows some of it.
Trying to get it all up there.
There
on the
you
picture.
go. You can kind of see some of that murkiness, right? Can you see how the watercolor has affected everything there?
Yeah, I'm trying to zoom in on it. I can't really.
Right. We know some things about that water now, don't we? We know it's cold.
Oh yeah.
Look at it. Don't you know it's cold? That doesn't feel warm at all, does it?
I don't know. I'm not a tuna.
You can tell by color. So what it is that waters that are in warmer climates tend to be more aqua and more clear. Waters that are in colder, stormier waters tend to get deeper and darker and more robust. It's something that you would do when you're telling your water story. How warm is my water, but also how murky. So when you look at like those people that catch the catfish with their hands,
Mm-hmm.
if you were to take a picture of that, that'd be very murky water. Shapes would be very blurry. Water would be very brown and green, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? So if you're like painting Amazonian fish, if you're painting, streams with fishing in it and you're trying to do the thing with the fish underneath with the trout, that's going to be slightly greenish brown water, very murky, lots of dry brushing. Light isn't going to travel very far. I mean, you just know that that's happening. So even if you're just sort of making it up in your head and you're cartooning it, those factors, even if you're cartooning, those factors are still happening.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So the last thing we want to say, 3, be the brush.
Okay. Be the brush.
So in the water, the brush techniques that you're going to really worry about, I can't find my other blending gel, so I'm going to just use the golden retarder.
Okay.
All right. This is golden
It doesn't-
retarder.
we don't focus
Any
on
of the blending mediums, right, are great. Blending mediums are not glazes. Okay, a glaze is a medium, and depending on the glaze, may or may not be breaking down the paint as you add pigment to it, and could just be thinning. And also, with the exception of one brand, in my experience, Matisse dries really, really slowly, for reasons I don't, just really slowly. But it could also be my environment. But in general, glazing mediums are fast drying. Okay, and your blending medium is about slowing that drying time and increasing the openness of your paint.
Mm-hmm.
And in water paintings, your choices are, and I think what my mom and I used to do for years was just paint really, really, really fast. We just got really good at a really fast painting.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of, I'm in such a hot studio, I'm like actually embracing some of the things that slow down the drying time of paint because it dries so fast here. So I'm using, mediums, and they're either called, they're called blending mediums or retarders.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I think, the best choice of words, but
Meh.
yeah, at least you know what it's for.
Yeah.
And the thing about those you have to be careful is you can't just incessantly add paint to them
Yeah.
because they're not a medium and you can underbind the paint.
Right.
It's just something to think about when you're trying to decide, am I going to do glazing medium? Am I going to do a retarder? And, these are just different choices. They're not one better than the other. They just have slightly different parameters.
Right.
Pop up front. So
What did I push
there's
wrong?
my palette.
Oh.
So pop up
Palette.
front means, and can you show me the turtle?
The turtle.
The
Let me
turtle's
see
a
here. I'll
perfect
find
example.
it.
This is from Paint My Photo. This is a reference photo you can do. Look at that.
Hold on. Let me get
Yeah,
it.
that's a perfect turtle. John's showing me the turtle. I'm acting like you're seeing it,
They
but you're
can't
not
see that
seeing
yet.
this turtle. This quest is
I'm gonna make the
so
turtle
much
as-
cooler in my head. I'm hoping this information is
I'm
helpful.
trying to get a turtle as big as I can get the turtle. Okay,
Yeah,
there you
good job. I like it.
go. Boom.
So there's our turtle. I love this turtle so much. So look at how we're seeing some of our effects, some of the things that we've learned, right? You can see how the water close to the surface has the light coming into it.
Yep.
You can see the clarity of the water because how much light is still getting to the turtle.
He's got to have a flash on that turtle.
Well, but there's
Yeah,
some
I guess-
coming from up top
No,
too.
I guess it's true. You see
Yeah,
that,
you
that
can see the blue.
reflected. Yeah, yeah.
The flash is what makes him bright like that. That's how you get that effect, right? Because he would actually be blue if the guy didn't. But this is what we are thinking of. We're thinking of aquarium viewing
Oh, yeah.
whenever we think of undersea creatures, not actual underwater viewing. But you can still see the blue on the top of him where it's coming down. Then you can see this distant sort of little pile of rocks, and they've gotten darker. And then the faraway rocks are just that deep blue. They're like the deep blue, and then there's some fish.
Yeah.
You can see how they're just that. So look at our turtle. That's our pop-up front. How bright is he?
Wow.
It's
it's so
colorful,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
If he had little clownfish there in a dory and some bright corals, you'd be like, it is Nemo up in here, right?
Yeah.
And that's just how that's done. When you seriously watch Nemo, because animators have to break it down totally. Like, I think of the artists, the ones that have to break down light and how they have guys that specialize in light, how light hits objects. Like, that's what they studied in. So sometimes if you're trying to figure something out, man, look at an animator. And they do it a lot. Like, a lot. Like many times, right? It's like the whole gig.
Well, real quick, I'm gonna give a quick public service announcement also from our community to echo this, is that I'd like to just warn everyone about going out and buying clownfish and the yellow and those yellow tang and fish, the fish that look like dory. They've been in decline, and they're concerned about the natural habitats of them. So you have to be really careful about purchasing them that are...
I was like, are they attacking people?
No.
You was like, I got to give you a warning.
It's the natural habitat for them. They're being taken from the wild instead of being bred in captivity, because they're very difficult to breed. So it's a lot of them are being taken from the wild, and scientists have actually seen a decline in the wild population of clownfish since...
Oh, no, and the world needs clownfish.
Yeah, so be really careful about buying them.
But paint them as much as you want.
Yes.
Paint hundreds of clownfish. Paint tangs. Paint everybody. Paint wonderful rare sea turtles. Paint dolphins.
Paint them, love them.
Paint narwhals. Paint them all.
And we're
going to paint them all. We're going to paint them all.
There's some great charities out there. The Saving Nemo Conservation Fund, and things like that for helping them out. So, just saying, save the fish.
Just saying.
Paint the fish.
Paint the fish, save the fish.
Save the fish. Don't
paint
keep
the fish, save the fish.
No fish
be
tanks.
The fish. No fish tanks.
No fish tanks.
Let me see what I put out here. All right, so I'm going to pull... What? There goes my coffee.
Oh,
it's fine. I guess I didn't need it. I'm going to put out some phthalo green.
No coffee for a Sherpa.
So my watercolors, I'm going to just show you how I get just a simple gradation in. I'm actually going to do a demo on this quest. Because I'm going to show you how I just get a very simple demo, like gradation in.
Okay.
So you guys can see how that is actually done by me, just in case you want to know. You might want to know. So I'm putting out some phthalo green. Phthalo blue. Some cad yellow. All right. Interestingly enough, I will get some Dioxazine purple.
Yeah.
Into mine sometimes. You could also work ultramarines into this. You just wouldn't think you would, but you could.
So
I would love if you guys got out your blues, greens, yellows, and all these colors, and looked at the mixes that you could get, and watercolors that you could create. All right, I'm going to put out some of this gel because I want it to just go on easily, and I'm going to grab a number 12 bright.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that I've got my light is going to be up here, and this is going to be my depths.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mix a little of my phthalo green into my phthalo blue, maybe a smidge of yellow into this.
Oh my gosh, we have so many people here, Cinnamon.
So many, and a bunch of white.
I didn't look over there earlier because it was like earlier we were just sort of like hanging out there, and there was 80 people, 100 people in a room. And we're like, all right, it's cool. We're having this really great quest. It's all going along. And I look over there, and there's 260 people in the room.
All right, 260 people.
Hi, everybody. They all just turned around, and there was everybody. Hi. Thank you, guys.
I'm going to say that my light, that's awesome, guys.
Thank you for coming.
I get into John gets into saying hi, and I get into teaching. So, see how I'm doing a very light. If you did the origami whale, Jen and I, we talked about this a little bit. This is always true, guys. This is always, always true. So I'm mixing this beautiful, beautiful light color here. I like to bend the light like this. Do you see how I'm giving a curve to that? I'm blending the light. And then as I'm going down, I'm going to deepen up my color. Just a titch. I'm pulling in more blue. Right? My nice blending medium. I want to make sure that these edges, can you see how these edges are blending?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, normally I can do this without blending medium and just do this with water and working quickly. But again, in my studio, me and Kevin are hot. I really love my Kraken hat.
So could you, real quick, everyone would like for you to re-go through the palette real quick just to make sure that we've got all that correctly?
Well, this one right here, this is the Simple Sea palette.
Okay.
Let's call this Simple Sea palette.
Okay, let's go over that real quick.
There's a bunch of sea palettes, but this is my Simple Ocean.
Okay.
Cad Yellow Medium, Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, Dogsine Purple, Titanium White, and Blending Medium because I'm in the Surface of the Sun.
Okay, so blending medium is the clear
Simple
stuff.
Sea palette. You could paint 100 seas with just these colors.
Okay, so, and the other question is that why are you using a number 12 instead of a number 10? Because they're like, is Goldilocks like...
No, she's fine.
She's okay?
This is just bigger.
It's, okay, so you're just covering more canvas.
I'm just covering more canvas.
All right.
That's all I'm doing. Every time I go down, I'm going to deepen my color.
Okay.
I'm going to deepen, and even I'm adding some green here. So I'm making decisions about my watercolor here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Making decisions about the color of my water as I'm going down. And we can see that happening, can't we?
Yeah.
Not hard. It's not hard. This is, anybody can do this, practice this, find their way through this. I let a lot of this streak onto the canvas. You guys see how I'm doing that?
Yeah.
This is something worth practicing. Getting this gradation down is worth practicing. It's one of those weird skills. If you can do it, it gets you the big ah moments.
Ah.
Try and just make sure
Ah.
ah. Ooh, are you guys going ooh? Right? You can pull, if you get there and you're like, dude, I need some more light coming down, I'll grab some white. Watch this.
Ooh, so... Well.
And I will just add some white and add my light coming in. See how I can do that?
Yep.
If I'm looking at it feeling like I'm not having enough light coming far enough down in my ocean, add your light coming in down in your ocean.
Gotcha.
And that's the other place that having the paint be open helps you, because it will let you go increase the length before the depth starts getting on you.
Now, before you go wandering away there, you should say hi to everybody because they're all wanting to say hi to you. We have new people. We have
Hi, new people. We teach painting here.
Yanni from Tokyo.
Hi.
And we have a bunch of new little brushes.
I want to come to Tokyo.
And we have Vanessa
brushes.
from Puerto Rico.
Hi, Vanessa.
And I think I saw Nikki. She's from India.
Hi, Nikki.
And then of course there's all of our moderators, and we have Ghost Hostess and Flame Gremlin, and I saw Alan out here, and there's Mark and Stephanie. Big hugs to everybody.
Oh
there's
my
just
gosh,
like
thank
all
you.
the crews here. So love you guys.
So what I'm going to say is, wherever you're from,
Yes.
your watercolor is a little different, and you should be paying attention to that.
Slovenia. Hi, Leia.
Yeah, that is some cold, deep water in Slovenia.
Mark Muir is from the moon, I think.
Yes, his water is purple. By the way, this works on fantasy colors of water. Once you understand what your eye is looking for, you can do this on any fantasy color. You can make anything look like it's water. Be water on some space planet far, far away. I'm just deepening this water effect. Is it starting to feel colder?
It's chillier.
That's right. It's getting a little cold because it's warm here, not down here.
I think I'm going to swim in the shallow water.
You don't even swim in the water. John is very afraid of sharks.
I'm
Just
not afraid
out
of
him
sharks.
right now.
I'm not afraid of sharks. I know they're in there.
I'm not afraid. I just know.
Yeah, it's not a fear thing. It's I know where they are. They have lots of big teeth, and they eat things that are slower than them in the water. I qualify.
You qualify as shark kibble.
That's right. I don't want to be the guy who discovers the feeding patterns of the shark have changed unexpectedly.
John, for a while, was like collecting videos of sharks doing like really bizarre things as reasons to stay out of the ocean.
Here's a great white shark breaching 100 meters off the 101. Yeah, no, not surfing in California.
No. How is that looking to you guys? Here it looks like amazing. As I'm going down. And as I'm going down, I'm going to start pulling it just into the deep blue. Now, I can add some purple into it if I need to even deepen it.
Yeah, I'm with Ghost on this one. Seaweed touches my foot underwater, and I'm like out into the boat.
He
Done.
is. John is very, very brave, but he does not continue. See, I just got some, see, I'm just going real deep now. And I'm going to be real brave with my deep, deep water. Look, it's just the blue now. Look how deep these depths are. They're such deep, deep depths.
Yeah.
Right? Get my purple into this mix, and then they're really deep, deep depths. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Paint, 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 paint. One of the things that you can do to even improve the effect on your water, I'm showing you guys the gradation on a purely white canvas, but you could have painted this canvas with a blue first, and that would have given you a little acrylic colored ground if you had wanted. Now, from this depth of water, what I can promise you is anything could be going on. Right? You don't have a seafloor here. There you go. That is literally that first step in painting an ocean painting.
Yeah.
It's just one of those lovely, lovely, lovely things.
That turned out really nice.
That did.
And that was fast.
It's fast. Fast, 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 fast. Let's dry it real fast.
Okay, you dry that. Oh, and I'll say hi to everybody. Something I should have done earlier is said thank you guys for coming. Really, man, you guys, it's so nice to have such a big audience with us today. I love seeing you guys here. Thank you for sharing up all the pictures on Facebook and YouTube, Facebook and in the groups and places like that. Cinnamon was showing me, there's so many awesome things going on out there. Thank you guys. Don't forget, I remember, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Sharing, because that sharing really helps get the word out. So we can get more people here. And, I like that. So I like seeing you guys here with me. And that's all I can remember to say right now. So I probably should have some notes or something typed up here so that I'm not left flat-footed when she takes so long. You wouldn't think it would take that long to dry this, and yet it does. So, yeah, no, there's just dead air. Just me here alone, staring at her, waiting for the paint to dry. This has got to be the most boring thing ever, watching paint dry while I narrate it. I mean, you wouldn't think... I would have never in my life thought... See, now I have to explain this. Never in my life would I thought I would have been narrating paint drying while listening to this live. I mean, you just talk about there's a little bit of some reality for you.
Well, let's add some layered dimensionality just to our deep, deep sea.
Okay.
So if we wanted to add just a little layered dimensionality to our deep, deep sea, I'm going to grab my purple and just my blue.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come here on the right-hand side, and I'm going to just create a little sea form that's happening back here.
Oh, wait, what?
Yep.
Okay, I go over
Sure,
there.
it's very soft. This is dry brushed on. It's very, very soft. These edges are not too distinct. And I'm going to just say that that's happening, right? We're determining how deep it is. I don't know. I'm making it up.
I can't really see it on the RoboCam. It's so the colors are so
Oh, can you see it on any of the cans?
I can't. What I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust. If you bear with me just a second, I'm going to have you take a step back for a second.
Okay.
Other way, actually, because I'm going to use your primary camera.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can bring.
Hopefully, you guys can kind of see that deeper shadow happening.
Yeah, I'm going to bring the camera brightness up some more. It starts to get whites it starts crushing our whites a little bit, but there you go. They can see that a little better now.
Okay. Just this is how light it would be if you were saying that there was a deep off little ridge happening here, right? That is how. Well, no, that's not how light. That's how deep you would paint it, and you would just say that little about it. It doesn't take a lot. If I were to sit there and come up and try to say a little more about what's coming up front, right? I might grab a little of my green and put another just sort of up into this green area, little landscape that's happening.
I think I've got RoboCam adjusted up there now too, so we can see both of them.
We're talking about these spaces, but we're barely saying anything, and I think that that's important, right? Super, super, super important. What color is your water? That's what we mean. When you're building landforms and everything, you're saying, what color is my water? Right? You know, and then, gosh, did we get any dolphin pics? So I wanted to do some bubbles.
You wanted to do bubbles?
I did. I wanted to show bubbles.
Well, if you bear with me just a moment, I'm sure I can find something. What are you doing there?
I don't know. I'm just.
What are you adding?
Now I'm painting is the problem.
You're painting?
Now I'm painting. Now I'm kind of painting, which I don't mean to be doing, but now I am. Now I'm painting. What am I doing? Painting.
You're painting.
What am I doing? I don't know. So you can kind of now see there's a landscape happening there. Ooh, zoom in on that.
All right. I can do that. Sort of. And
all right. How goofy should we be?
I don't know.
We could be pretty goofy here. How goofy are we feeling?
So definitely they need tips from blending from dark to light. So how do we improve our blending techniques?
Practice.
Guys,
that's why this is its own quest. You guys really need to just get your acrylic sheets out and practice going from your lights to your darks and making sure that those seams are soft. Things that I do to help me with my seams are I am light pressured when I'm working the two of them together. Right? My pressure lightens up. I'm much like I would be like dusting in makeup if you're blessed enough to have makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lightly dusting that in. It's a very, very kind of, now I go fast, right? But I was also using blending medium, and I got paint all over me, which does help. But a lot of it is, you know, just working those seams together. I don't go from my darkest to my lightest. I generally go from my lightest to my darkest. Me.
Really?
That's what I'm saying.
No, why is that?
It is harder to lighten up, easier to darken.
Really?
Yeah. It takes a lot of white to come back and lighten this. You can do it, but it takes a lot. So it's just better to get your lights in and work to your darks because it's real easy to deepen them. Harder to lighten.
I see.
So I'm going to tell a weird little story here, and then we're going to do some bubbles. And this is just between you and us.
Okay.
Just us know about this story.
What are you doing?
Well, I just feel like Kevin just...
Oh. You just put more Kevin in today?
I'm just putting more Kevin in today. Well, because we've got whales and dolphins and sea turtles and things coming up that we're going to be doing in the lessons, right?
No.
And so I just felt like I want to show some air bubbles and some stuff and get everybody ready for... We're going to do different types of thoughts about water.
Okay.
But now it just feels like the space feels so empty, doesn't it?
It does feel a little empty.
It did, but not anymore, does it?
No, it feels better with him. So can you use glycerin as an extender or a blending medium?
Oh boy, everybody really likes that. Here's what. Every time somebody says my paint foamed, glycerin is somehow involved. So what I'm going to say to you is go ahead and write the contact number at Golden and ask them what they think about using a glycerin extender, because what you're going to get, and they're never going to just, I don't think they're going to definitively tell you yes or no, but what they are going to do is give you a really specific chemist reason, whatever they're thinking.
Yeah.
So you understand what's happening chemically with your acrylic paint and your extender.
Mm.
I don't use it because it causes foaming. There's all these anti-foaming agents, and it causes foaming.
Yeah. No. There's chemical
But
reasons.
there are people who really, really do, and I am not saying that they're wrong.
But there, for it, a little a tube or of extender or something like that is going to be very inexpensive as compared to the loss of a painting or the work that you do, when trying to work with those specialty materials. So,
But if you've been doing it for years and you have
Yeah.
a process down, I'm not here to say don't do it. I'm just saying the reason I don't is foaming.
mm-hmm. And other weird stuff, yeah.
There's a lot of, these are complex chemical.
Yeah.
Just feel like Kevin is down here thinking about stuff that Kevin might do. Kevin the Kraken, which I had no plans to do today. John knows that's actually true.
She was like, "We're gonna, today I want to make sure that we get really, really focused and really just show them how to do the background."
It's just the background,
Just
and
the
we're not
background.
going to paint
No-
anything.
no,
and
nothing
we're going to have
else.
a really short quest. I did, and I was all stressed out. But then I realized I'm all stressed out, and I need to paint. So really, what's happening is I got a little anxious
You
today,
guys are being sequestered into a relaxation paint.
and so that's what's happening to you, if you were wondering. Why am I dealing with this? Because the Sherpa also sometimes needs to paint to chill out. How many of you guys use the painting as a way to chill out?
Mm.
I know a bunch of you are
Well,
like, me.
I know. I like to watch you paint to chill out.
John's job here is maybe the least chill because he's got to make the system go.
I like it. The system goes by
Kevin
itself.
is just what Kevin. This is he's just thinking about things. He's just sort of sleeping. He's not really hunting right now. He's just got a little feeling. I just felt like somebody should be down there. Doing stuff. Kevin is doing stuff. Just little bits of Kevin are showing above my little hill here. And then I'm going to rinse that out. I could also have some, one thing that I could take my green and my blue, maybe a little white, but pretty dark. And I could put in some fish back here. Oops. Here's some little fish. They're swimming far away. I just want to show you how it's the color that makes them seem far. Kevin's world is very peaceful when he's not eating boats.
Yeah.
When Kevin is not eating boats, things are peaceful. I'm not trying to start nothing with the Kraken police. I just having a little art day. Right? See these little fish? Right? See how I'm using the color of the water to say where they are? And this one's very light. And so they're light. Little light fish. So those little light fish are there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, water bubbles.
Water bubbles.
Water bubbles are an interesting thing. I'm going to put out some fluid black. I've got some white out, but I only have fluid black. And just zoom way in on one, babe. If you
Sure,
can.
I can do that.
Thank you so much.
Which one? I get you. Oh, here. Sorry, I
Yeah,
misunderstood.
just even a couple. Just like.
I can work that out just a second.
Well, I mean, I think I can do it from there. I think I'm good. Yeah, maybe. All right. So I'm going to take. It's not white, because I'm going to tint it with the white. And I'm going to start talking about I'm going to make some big bubbles. And I may even switch to a detail brush. I don't know if you can see that with your robot camera zoom in. And I am going to switch to a detail brush, guys, because this is busy work. Busy, busy, busy work. I even put out some fluid just to make my life easier. Just doing some busy work.
So
the first thing is to do a nice light outline, but they're not going to stay like this. To look
Okay.
realistic, they don't stay like this. They've got to have shading, right? I think it's also important to have some little ones that are kind of coming up too.
So
you know.
One might be curious of where all these bubbles came from. Kevin must have drugged something down there.
Kevin's busy. He's got stuff happening. In this bubble, I'm going to actually create this deeper blue. The watercolor, right? What determines the color of anything in here?
How cold it is?
The color of the water.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to add a little dark shadow in my bubble. That's important. Shadowing your bubble. I'm going to do a real dark one with the purple and the blue right there.
Mm-hmm.
See? And then I'll keep adding highlights and stuff to that. And then we'll have some pretty defined little bubbles. You know. Just wanted to show you guys some bubbles. And then we'll do the sun rays coming down. And then you'll kind of have that basics of what is going on these water paintings, right? Don't forget to put in your deep dark shadows on your bubble.
Okay.
People don't think of bubbles as having shadows because they're see-through. It's what it is, all things, what it is some things are harder to do because they're mentally hard. They're not actually hard. Look at that.
Rainley.
Look at that bubble.
So Rainley's a little disappointed. She thought that you were going to be underwater and painting today. She didn't understand the thumbnail.
I wish I was. This is a really good idea.
We're not underwater. We're
really?
just
Is Rainley late? Is she teasing?
I don't know.
This is YouTube. She might be serious. She might be like really disappointed about to thumb us down, man.
It'd be like, I thought I was going to see somebody paint underwater today.
You see those little bubbles?
Yep.
How bubbly they look? So we got some bubbles. Bubbles aren't perfectly round in the ocean. They come in some crazy shapes. And it's important to show all those little shapes.
I think that they're definitely shaped when they contain the screams of sailors pulled to the bottom of the ocean.
Might add another little. So say we've got some bubbles. So some things happen here. Some bubbles are coming up. Compositionally, I could probably add a lot more.
Now, Brandy
and then I
was
got to add
asking-
some highlights of sunlight. What?
So Brandy was asking.
Hi, Brandy.
Could
Do you like the painting?
She does. She's actually asking about bubbles.
Yeah.
So she was like, could silver work? Would it look right instead of white on the top? You know, to silver.
No, so what silver is going to read at is a reflective gray. And so you've just, I could use iridescent paints too. Like I could use some sort of color shift. Like one interesting thing I could do is I could paint on Kevin where is it? My golden iridescent.
Oh.
Right? Where it's color transfer, where it goes green, purple, and I don't know where it is.
I think I know where that is. So
dude, I'll put that on there. You guys just got to see this. And so there's weird little things you can
colors.
do. We're going to get into some of those paints in some of our aquatics because they actually have some really cool uses under the sea because there is there's color travel. And I really like the green orange and the green purple color travel. Interference. That's it. Golden makes them really like them. So I think I've actually seen some. We even have some from Dollar and Raleigh over there. Okay, he may not be able to find. I think I found them. I just stepped off camera. Please don't tell on me. No, I just have the iridescent and the pearl. That won't work. Erg. All right, so later. Not messing with you, I swear I'm not.
Later. We'll do it another time.
Later, Gator.
So-
All right, so sunlight coming down. So there's this nice light up here. Where Kevin lives is a place where people would sail because Kevin likes to be near his food source. Right? And so what he really likes is tourists because they're well fed. And so he lives in some beautiful waters. Gotten really weird. And I'm going to pull out my white and just a smidge of my yellow. And maybe a little of the blue in here. So it's not perfectly white, but
Sorry.
it's very light compared to everything else that's going on.
I was looking for tubes of paint. Sorry.
I appreciate that. If you watch them, I could probably go find it.
No.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say my light source is coming down right here.
If I watch you guys, that's fine.
Very light. Now here's my feelings on this, guys. It is better when you're trying to show rays through the water to go slowly and add little. Okay? And come back and add more. Then to go bananas. The inclination, because you like the effect, is you're going to want to go bananas. I can't believe we painted this weird little painting. Because I totally told John we were not doing that today. But I was like needing a
As
little
a matter of fact, I was somewhat disciplined for suggesting that we should.
I would say discipline is strong.
Discipline.
Say that you dealt with panic.
Panic. You were like, no, we can't.
So here is this inviting sun that's bringing Kevin's food source to him. This is good. We're gonna lose. I'm gonna lose like 50 subs today.
No.
Something else
There's
we
a
can.
lot of new people. Oh, we just broke 300 people in the room.
How do you like these ideas about water, guys?
This is Sparta-tacular.
Spartatacular.
We broke 300.
Oh, hey.
Spartatacular.
So see, I'm just saying this is where the sunlight is coming, right?
Yeah.
There is a really, really, really weird part of me that wants to do something.
Okay. What are you gonna do now?
Oh my God. I can't believe I'm about to do this.
Oh noes. Am I gonna have to pull the plug? Is it gonna be one of those moments?
I don't know. I don't know. This is me really going bananas.
What's happening up here?
But
we're all quiet. Everyone in the room's like, dun, dun, what's going on?
well, what this
What
is that the 80s, I think, messed with me a little bit.
Oh no!
Sorry.
I see it now.
See it now? I'm just very concerned about Kevin eating. So what I'm saying is, like, up top, it would be more of a silhouette.
Yeah. I don't know if I have appropriate music for this or not. I can't even play the 3 bars, I think, without getting content ID'd. But it's all playing. Everyone can go over right now and just play it in their head.
Play it in your head.
And what's great is I'll just pan down as we do it. Just dun, dun.
I'm just making sure I'm getting the proportions right. I've had a little moment here, guys. I'm sorry. But see how I'm not moving out of my...
Oh, there we go. So Stephanie was asking if there should be any highlights on the tentacles.
You know, I might highlight the tentacles a little bit now that I'm here. You could. The more that you're willing to... You can kind of tell how you could have light highlights, and we'll do that a little bit. But now I fed Kevin. I got to finish feeding Kevin. I'm not saying I even thought this out well. I'm just saying, hey.
Lunch happens.
Sometimes.
And this
Lunch
painting was brought to you by the
happens.
solidarity to save the fishes of the ocean.
That's right. Or Kevin will get you.
That's right. Or we'll send Kevin.
I'm going to put some little light on her buttocks here.
All right.
Because I'm evil like that. Really.
What are you doing?
This is a lot like Bob lost his mind.
Sherpa's gone rogue.
I'm just saying, she's got a little light there. Do you see the light?
Yes, you see the light? Bob, Kevin's like, that looks pretty good.
Kevin is. He's like, I could maybe do that for lunch.
So you're gonna highlight the.
Oh, I think he could have a little bit. He's very deep though. You know, so I'm going to say maybe knee here. And then how much do I want to bend the knee? Maybe. So I'm bending the knee. The knee should always sort of line up.
Everyone was concerned that a shark may have gotten her other leg.
No, because then I would get
to
show you how blood disperses in water. And the channel takes on a different tone.
So if she was missing her other leg, she might have been the girl from the Jaws scene.
Kevin comes for cleanup. He's a useful creature in the... Oh my gosh, this is so good.
So this is not exactly a...
This is a one-hoot painting.
This is a one-hoot painting that has gone a little strange today.
I think every once in a while your painting should go strange. This is what I mean. Like, if you're having a time in your life that's challenging, put it in your art. This is what I mean. Because I can put all of that up into my art. I'm just trying to give her a nice little foot here. She has a little foot floating in the ocean. And I'll have to highlight her a little bit, some places. Yeah. And then we can talk about what, this is now John's favorite painting. We can talk about what Kevin is going on. Is this now like your fave?
I think the community certainly loves this one.
And only you guys even know about it.
Yeah, this is the secret painting hidden inside quest number 19.
But I was saying to John, I just hate to do paintings that people don't know about because they're a lot of work. And then I did one.
There we go. This is just fun. Flame's like, this is my favorite.
So there she is. She's having. See how she's well lit.
See, Kevin is just swimming with her. Clearly, this is not lunch.
I know some people have really told me some stories where Kevin is just misunderstood. I've been seeing a lot of these. Kevin is just not understood. So I have this sort of mid-range.
So how did you mix that?
I mixed the green, the blue, and a little bit of white till I got to my mid value. So if I thought of this as making shades of gray, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I could sit there and like say on this tentacle.
Hold on, I gotta get down there to you.
Add a little highlight to the tentacles using that mid-tone to give it some dimensionality.
Oh yeah, that really makes his little tentacles pop in the ocean.
Yeah, just shade him up a little bit. You know, you could come and add some highlights. This is always really nice on space. Light highlights. My mom is the queen of this, though she doesn't generally put endangered swimmers.
We don't know. See, there's so much here that you're not saying in your story that you leave it up to the viewer.
You know me. I'm an intentivist. I like to control the viewer, but then I also have this thing where I go the opposite way, where I want to, you know, let them work it out and say, what do you think Kevin is up to?
And I like that we've left a little, you know.
So I'm just popping some of the tentacles. You could sit there and say, all right, I feel like this tentacle would catch a lot of light.
Maybe Kevin.
So you could add that highlight to like one of these like upward reaching. See how that I added that highlight to that tentacle?
Oh yeah.
So we got some little dimensionality there.
Let me zoom in on that a little bit.
And then some. There you go. So Kevin is having some.
Oops.
He's getting some light. He's getting some sun. He's not, the thing about Kevin is he's not running out of vitamin D. Now I want to paint a little skull here. So
You're just going to keep on going today.
I'm good. I would do that, though. A little undersea skull.
Maybe this is her guardian angel. Kevin's her friend.
Well, he's clearly not eating the fish.
Just hanging out with her.
He's got his little bubbles.
He's
oh
watching.
my God, I love this painting.
She just can't stop. She just keeps going back.
I'm just wondering, does everyone feel I'm adding some highlights on my little rocks here?
All right, come over and see the highlights.
See the little highlights on some rocks. Just to give but see, it's all in the blues, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all this very light little blue, dry, brushy, happy thing. Gonna darken that back up. I lost too much of Kevin's shadow. Kevin is shadow. All right, so that is not laughing. We'll have to go manage that for sure. All right, so here we are. Oh my gosh. Gonna add some green over there. Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm just adding just a little highlight of the green because this is very clear water. So here's what I'm doing. I'm looking at my water. My water isn't murky, is it? It's deep, but it's not murky. So how far would the light go? So I'm looking at that, and I'm just adding the smidges of some highlights, on these different little rock forms, giving them some dimensionality. Because if it were murky, there wouldn't be. But since I told a story of clear water, I need to think about that.
Just gone. This is really cool.
Do you guys understand water better now?
I think so. All right, so we're gonna go over RoboCam. I'm gonna pan up and down. Look at this. Right. And I think that what's really great is that the detail here. If you come in here and look at this, and you guys can really see the bubble stuff. Pick up the highlights there on Kevin. But yeah, I think this turned out really nice. I think all you need to do is you need to sign that Sherpa. You got to get some Sherpa signage on there.
I haven't been signing anything.
But I think that's cool. All right. I want to see lots of these from you guys, too. I hope to see lots and lots.
I had a different mini quest listed, but we're going to say the mini quest is to paint Kevin the Kraken.
I want to see Kevin the Kraken. That would be awesome.
All right. There. Signed during the show. I don't even know. Didn't do a good signature.
That's awesome. I love this painting. That's great. Kevin.
I don't like that signature. I'm painting it out.
Look at her. And this is how you correct a mistake.
Don't like it. I'll sign it later. Here's my issue with signatures. I think they're good.
Uh-huh.
But then they also compositionally impact things, and I'm really happy.
All right.
And it's not like I don't have a video that proves I painted it.
That's true.
I mean, I think some other people really need to sell their artwork, but I feel like every brushstroke was
Bride of
recorded.
Kevin. We need Bride of Kevin.
Oh, is that the title? So your mini quest, your quest is to paint Bride of Kevin. Please flood YouTube with Bride of Kevin. I'll take a picture of this and put it up on Pinterest so you can have a picture and make sure it's up on Facebook. Man, I should have made this a whole YouTube video. This is so cool.
We'll do another one.
You know what? Questers got a bonus. It's a quest cookie.
Yeah.
So we're also going to paint some happy scenes with some fish and coral at some point, which is why we're learning this, and a very simple sea turtle. So there was a point.
So there was a point.
I'm going to see you guys at the easel really soon.
I love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Come join us live Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 11 a.m. Central, or enjoy one of the hundreds of paintings available on replay anytime.